Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, Conversations and Cocktails with Brilliant Women, the podcast where we uncork the stories and insights of exceptional female leaders from all walks of life. Our goal is to serve up wisdom, tips, and inspiration, and to support each other in rediscovering ourselves and what sets our souls on fire. We'll also share personal memories, paired with friends and a favorite beverage. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe that the best stories are served up over a glass of wine or a cocktail. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots.
I took one of Tracy Beavers' free trainings on organic list growth a few months ago. I appreciated the information she taught, her willingness to share her expertise, and her style. She seems very real. So I reached out to her and I asked her to be on my podcast. Turns out we have quite a bit in common, even beyond our love of supporting female entrepreneurs. Like vodka. I truly believe, and I think Tracy would agree, that when women come together, we can move mountains. Here is Tracy Beavers.
Hi, Tracy. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Refresh my memory. You're in Arkansas, correct?
Yes, I am.
Nice. Is it chilly there?
Yes, it's. We actually had 10 inches of snow on Friday.
What?
I know. We are not built for this. Like, we're not.
No.
And it's supposed to happen again, we think, this weekend. You know, my husband and I were fine. We're empty nesters. We went to the liquor store. We got the cheese dip. I mean, everybody else is getting bread and milk. And we're like, do we have enough vodka? Do we have enough?
You were my people.
We're fine. And like, he went to the store and bought like eggs and biscuits and whatever in case we needed to cook. And I don't know. But anyway, we thought, well, we don't live that far from supplies, so we could just trek on up there. But it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, in art, I imagine the road crews are not prepared for that kind of thing.
No. They basically just get on the news and go, stay home.
Stay home. Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. Like, the National Guard was out.
Oh my gosh.
I know, because we don't know how to behave. If it rains too hard, people are falling off the interstate. So if you can imagine when there's snow and ice, it's just, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's my little state. Bless it.
10 inches of snow though. That's okay. So I live part of the time in Iowa. Yeah, that's significant in Iowa.
Yeah.
And we know what to do. I mean, we have sand, we have salt, we have the things,
You have chains for the tires.
Well, we don't even have that, but usually the road crews get out and they, prepare the roads ahead of time, and then they're scooping it right away. And it's, it's a thing. You just stay home for a few hours and then you're on the road again. But
no, we're home for days. So funny. So like on Saturday of the week before, they started announcing it like on the news, it just,
oh my gosh.
Of course it terrifies everybody. And so by Wednesday, I started seeing school closings for Thursday when nothing had even happened. And it wasn't supposed to start till Thursday afternoon, if it started at all. And so it was crazy. It was like zombie apocalypse. Stuff was shutting down, and then on Thursday it did start, and it was huge flakes. I mean, I was like, okay, well, at least the weatherman wasn't wrong, And then it just continued, huge, massive flakes. I don't think it stopped until Friday afternoon.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was pretty incredible. But yeah, stuff started shutting down. Oh, and school didn't go back into session until today. Even though it started melting on Saturday.
Okay,
it started melting on Saturday and the roads were fine. And they're still out of school. I'm like, what is happening?
That was Thursday. This is Tuesday. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Snowmageddon.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you're home safe and you have enough vodka and you're
Yeah, I'm fine. And the funny part is I got so excited like a little kid. I was like, oh, we're going to have a snow day on Friday. Because my husband was going to be off work. But then I was like, oh, damn, I'm an entrepreneur and I work from home.
Okay. Exactly.
All right.
It's okay. It's a blessing and a curse.
It's like, womp, womp.
Yeah. But I know you and you're a smart woman. You're brilliant. So you have probably some things batched, and you could, you do a live here and there, and you go and you train some people online and via Zoom and in your Facebook group. And then, then you can play in the snow if you want.
Yeah. He didn't want to go out though. It was funny. I was like, let's get on our hiking boots and go out. And he looked at me and he goes, it's a it's a blizzard. All right.
Okay.
Neighborhood
No.
kids are out sledding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wow, you got to take advantage of that.
I know. That's what I said. Let's go play with the kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's first.
Yeah.
Did we meet through Entreprenista or Like-Minded Collective or Podmatch or
I think it was Podmatch.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had joined in on a training, a kind of a group training. You were one of the trainers, one of the coaches
Oh,
that
nice.
taught about organic list building.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and gosh, that was quite a while ago, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's how I kind of was introduced to you
Yeah.
and started following you and got on your Facebook
Awesome.
list. And yeah, fun, fun, fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell my audience a little bit about, your background. What do you do? And
Hmm.
how did you come to coach? You're a coach, but how did you get there?
Oh, that's a great story. So, I got really fed up with my corporate career.
Mm,
I was,
girl,
you go to high school, you go to
preach.
college, you get the job, you stay
Yeah.
in the job for like 40 years. And you
Yep.
you just, you work and you're happy to have the job. And I never thought I would leave corporate, but about 7 years ago, 8 years ago now, I was working for a CEO and I had grown. I was always in sales, business
Hmm.
development, marketing.
Yep.
And I grew his market share 86% the first year I was there. And he had the nerve to basically tell me, in not so many words, he didn't think I was going to be that successful and that he was going to change the commission structure because he felt like he was paying me too much money. And I was like, okay. And then I looked back in my career of the toxic bosses I had had to put up with, the
Mm,
BS of the office space where people are just in my office all day and I can't get anything done because all anybody wants to do is chitty chat. And, just all the things about corporate that were starting to really drive me crazy. And I thought, all right, if this isn't for me, what is for me? And so I was in a women's mastermind at the time, and these ladies really helped me see that the thing that people were coming to me for over and over and over again was marketing, sales, business development. How is sales so easy for you? How is this not, scary for you? How are you gaining market share? How are you growing these businesses? And so I thought, and they encouraged me. They said you should be a business coach. And at the time, I was like, is that a thing? I mean, because I'm in Arkansas and we're slow on the trends. We are. We're
oh,
we're one of those
yeah.
states that's not the forward thinkers, and it takes a little while. And so I was like, is that a thing? And lo and behold, it was. And so I got started. I had to build alongside my corporate career because we had at the time the kids were in middle school and high school, and
Mm-hmm.
played every sport that had a ball. We had prom, we had cars, we had college, we had all the things.
College coming up.
My
Mm-hmm.
husband would have been like, you're gonna do what and go make no money for how
Mm,
long? So
yeah.
I built alongside the corporate job for almost 2 years until I was able to fully exit. And then it evolved into being an online business coach because I started
Mm-hmm.
locally with the market that knew me. And then it evolved into online and global with my online programs and, coaching one-to-one, but then also my 8-week group coaching program I have all about list growth. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I just kind of got fed up and thought, I need to do something else.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. We have a lot in common, apparently. I was in a corporate job too, but longer ago. And
Yeah.
I liked what I did, but the quotas, kept going higher and higher and more
Yep.
less realistic all the time, more
Yep.
higher and higher. And I remember distinctly sitting in a sales meeting with the rest of the team and
Mhm.
our supervisor. And, bless her heart, she was the one getting it from the top down. I mean, the
Yeah.
CEO was telling her, you've got to, crunch, crunch, crunch. And
Right.
we were in the sales meeting and she was talking about the New Year's goals and quotas.
Mhm.
My heart started pounding, and it was days before Fitbit, so I didn't have a,
Yeah.
a tracker, but
Back
I
in the
was
Stone Age.
back in the Stone Age. Yeah, exactly. But I remember just kind of putting my hand up and feeling my heart, and I just started paying attention. It was 130 beats a minute in sitting in a
Okay.
sales meeting. Yeah. So,
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, it's just corporate. I feel like a lot of, especially women, are in that same boat where they want to get out and they want to create an impact and do something that's meaningful and fulfilling and pays the bills.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
how did you, how, knowing what corporate is like and having, you know, the stresses and the pressures of it, what did you do in those 2 years where you built it up? How did you structure that?
It's a good question. So I needed a step down strategy because I
Mm-hmm.
was starting from an over 6 figure a year job
Mm-hmm.
that was very stressful and consumed a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I started building and just taking on clients in the spaces of time I had. And then as my business income started to grow, I would take lesser and lesser roles and
Oh,
less money because my income was growing over on the business coaching side.
uh-huh.
And
Yep.
so then I was able to say, okay, I don't have to make this much money anymore, and I don't have to put up with this amount of stress anymore. I'll do something a little less
Mm.
forward facing and a little less time consuming. And then the business coaching grew even more. Then I was able to
Mm-hmm.
step down to something that in the end was remote. And I went to work for a boss who I flat out told her, I said, listen, I'm all about honesty and transparency. I want you to know that my priority for my future is growing my business and sales coaching business. But in the meantime, I would like to work for you, and I will produce and I will get my job done. But I also want you to know that on social media, you're going to see Tracy Beavers coaching. I'm not going to be
Mm-hmm.
representing your company. And I want to make sure that that's all okay. And she said, yes. She said, I know you. I know your work ethic. I'm not worried about it. You don't have to put us forward facing on social. And it was really an answer to prayer, quite frankly,
Mm.
because the job allowed me to work from home. She didn't care if I was getting my work done for her
Huh?
between like 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. and then again from 4 p.m. to 8 a.m., 8 p.m.
Mhm.
or if I was getting my work done for her between 11 a.m. and 3, as long as everything was handled and my customers were happy and I was producing the way we needed, then
Mhm.
I had the freedom and flexibility to book
Mm.
clients, to promote myself on social media. So anytime somebody's wanting to leave their corporate job, for a long time, Penny, I had an all or nothing mentality about it. I thought, okay, I
Mhm.
either need to have the corporate job or I need to quit and build the online business. And it dawned
Yeah.
on me, I was like, no, there's pieces to this puzzle that will allow you to do both until you can take your foot off of corporate and fully jump to online business. And so the other thing I did was, before I started building the business, I went through all the bills that I paid for our household and
Mhm.
I trimmed all of the fat that I
Mm.
possibly could trim. I
Mhm.
wanted to know exactly how much money do I need to be bringing in to keep my commitment to my family of the retirement plan that we had, the retirement contributions, the bills that I paid for our household. I didn't want the kids to be told, no, you can't have that because mom's trying to save money. But I
Mhm.
also had some things that I was doing personally that I knew I didn't need to be doing anymore. It was just like, do I really need to go get my hair done that often? Do I really need to get nails done? Do I really need to get, you know? And so just getting realistic with myself on, do I really want this to happen and how bad do I want it?
Mm. Mhm. Wow, that's great.
Thanks.
Well, and it's fantastic that that you were in a situation or that the boss that you had at the time was, you know, cooperative
Understanding.
or collaborative with you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah.
the first one would not have.
No, he didn't know how to motivate a sales force, let alone, I
Mm.
don't know. Yeah, that was
Yeah. Was that the same company?
no different companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Because, you know, it seems like culturally it kind of all trickles down. And
Hmm.
if one person's that way, then
Hmm.
they got it from the top somewhere.
Yep, exactly. No, the last person that I worked for, she was the branch manager of the office here locally. So she was the decision maker. She didn't have to
Nice.
ask anybody else. And she knew that nobody above her was going to be the wiser because they're not paying attention to me. And as long as my numbers were where they needed to be, they weren't going to be paying any attention to her either.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Wow. You know, when women come together, we can move the world.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Love it. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about your coaching and what your areas of expertise, because I know you
Yeah.
are into organic list building, which is
Yes.
fantastic.
Mhm.
But tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Yes, okay, so I started as a business and sales coach. Super general, not niched, because I wanted to get some clients in the door and start making some income and see if this thing had legs, get testimonials and all that jazz. And over the years, I began noticing that my clients and students were coming to me because they had built an awesome offer, but they had nobody to sell it to because they forgot about the audience growth piece and the list growth piece. And so I was like, okay. And then I was trying to grow my list faster than, okay, so all the list building courses out there, this is why I'm so different and why my program is so different. They all teach you how to identify your ideal client and create a free lead magnet and put it out on social media. And both of those things are foundationally very important. Totally have to do those. I did those. My list was growing, but I was still building alongside my corporate job, and I am not a patient person. And I thought, I thought if one more person tells me to create yet another free lead magnet and put it out on social, I think I'm going to scream. And so what I did instead was I thought, okay, paid ads have to be the solution. Well, no, not for me, Penny. It was a
Yeah.
very expensive solution I tried twice. And
Okay.
through the first iteration of that, I think I wasted probably $4,000.
Oh,
Yeah. So I had created the free lead magnets. They were growing my list, but not as fast as I wanted. I tried the paid ads, very expensive, massive fail. None of those people converted. And I thought, okay, there's got to be
none.
no, none. I think I attracted 300 people to my list and none of them converted. And I still,
Wow.
to this day, and I hired an expert to help me. That was what was really
Uh-huh.
sad about it.
Mhm.
But I thought to myself, okay, Tracy, you're a smart person. You have built corporations. What there has got to be, there has to be other things you can do to grow your list. And I developed over 10 strategies by myself that nobody else talks about
Mhm.
for list growth. I don't teach paid ads, and I'm not the list growth coach that's going to say, okay, Penny, let's create yet another free lead magnet and put it out on social. I'm going to teach you everything else you can do. And so, what I teach now, I call myself a visibility and list growth strategist, even though I'm still in the category of business and sales coach, because I still help my one to one clients who want to get launched, who want to create another offer, who want to talk about their pricing, who want to overcome sales roadblocks. I do all of that as a sales coach in the working one to one with my VIP clients. But my program is called Business Visibility Made Easy. It's an 8-week group coaching program, very collaborative. I'm in there giving high attention to every student, and I teach over 10 strategies for visibility and list growth, with the goal being that we get you massively visible online where it looks like you are online 24/7 and you have people saying to you, Penny, I see you everywhere, but you know you're not online 24/7. And then all of
Ain't
that
nobody got time for
visibility.
that.
No, nobody wants to be online 24/7.
No.
And then all of that visibility leading directly to your list growth, because that is where we are going to move people through your funnel from top of funnel through nurture to purchase. And the strategies that I teach, this is the super coolest. That's proper grammar. It's the super coolest
Works.
part of the whole thing, Penny, is that the strategies that I teach layered in the proper order, they get your list growth happening automatically every day in the background of your business. So you
Mhm.
actually don't have to say to yourself, okay, I need to spend 5 hours this week on list growth. Because people ask me that question. They're like, well, you must spend 15 hours a week on list growth. And I'm like, it's not list growth I'm focused on. It's the strategies that I have and the daily activities that lead to the list growth. And I'm focusing on those activities and making sure everything leads to my list.
Mhm.
And it starts to spin in the background of my business.
Nice.
Thanks.
Very cool. Yeah, that's very good because I see people out there, when you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and you see the same coaches, and I'm sure it's part of the algorithm, the things that I'm interested in are what get fed to me, but that
Right.
I see the same people and they're all sponsored ads. So they're
Yes.
spending an arm and a leg.
Yes, they are. Yep. Especially if their audience is the same as mine, which is one of the reasons why my paid ads are so freaking expensive, is because I am in the same pool as the big people. You know,
Yeah.
the James Wedmore, Brendan Burchard, Amy Porterfield, Jasmine Star, all those people,
Yeah.
they can't help it. They drove up the ad cost
Yeah.
for people like me who want to market to online course creators and coaches and consultants. So, that's one of the reasons why my students are so excited to work with me. And they tell me that they wish they'd found me first because
Mm.
they did pay for some of these bigger name programs where they didn't get the help they needed. They didn't have anybody
Mm-hmm.
they could ask their questions to who would literally say, okay, Penny, you're going to do A, then you're going to do B, then you're going to do C, then you're going to come back to me and I'm going to check it and I'm going to help you and I'm going to keep you
Uh-huh.
accountable and I'm going to guide you. And that's what I do in my program. They're missing that piece. And then also, they've probably tried to run paid ads and it's not converted for them either. And so they're looking
Yeah.
for better solutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you talked about patience earlier.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
sexy, but it's necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard. It's so hard to be patient. And, if you're trying to build a business, I work with a lot of network marketers as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's, a piece there where, you're up against your own company, people in
Yes.
your own company. And how do you
Mhm.
differentiate yourself
Yes.
against, this pool?
Hmm.
And then if you're in the fitness space or if you're in the makeup or skincare space, there are a
Hmm.
lot of other companies out there.
Hmm.
So, one of the things that I teach is you be you, be
Yes.
be authentic. And who are your people? Well, who do you speak to, and what who speaks to you? Like what are
Hmm.
you excited about, and how do you serve your people? And it,
Hmm.
it sounds like that's very much aligned with what you do as well.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I did. I didn't mention this part when we were talking about my backstory, but when I decided I wanted to leave corporate, one of the first things I did was I joined a network marketing company
Oh,
because
yeah.
a lot of the ladies here in my area were in the same one. They were highly successful. There was no
Hmm.
inventory. It was pretty much business in a box. And I thought, well, I'll stick my toe into this and see what happens.
Yeah.
And there were a few times it wasn't consistent over the years, but there were a few times when I was in the top 2% of the company. But I did
Nice.
things very differently, like you're saying. I had to find my
Hmm.
own way of maximizing the commission structure and setting myself apart. And
Hmm.
yeah, you're exactly right. And gosh, the network marketing space has become so volatile lately.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
really changed. I mean, that
Yep.
particular company that I signed on with, they just announced about 6 months ago that they were not going to let people have teams anymore. And
Yep. Went
and
to an
thank
affiliate program.
yeah, and thankfully,
Hmm.
I started building my online business that I own and it's mine. I started officially with the LLC 5 years ago, but I actually started about 7 years ago. Because what I found in that experience, this is so funny. This is what I was good at being in the network marketing space, and I was, top 2% or whatever. But I also was
Uh-huh.
really bad at it because what I realized was I really loved helping other people build their businesses, even if they were my competition.
Oh.
And so but that just further solidified the fact that I needed to be a business coach.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
anyway, it's kind of funny. But yeah, the
That
network
is fun.
marketing
Yeah.
space is interesting.
Yeah, and I still believe it's a valid
Yes.
industry. It's a great way to be in business, to stick your toe into
Yep.
being in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself, because you
Right.
have the corporate structure. But
Hmm.
I was in the same boat. I was with a company marketing wine for almost 18
Yeah.
years. And oh my gosh, so fun,
Yeah.
doing wine tastings and meeting new
Yeah.
people over wine. Fun,
For
fun, fun.
sure. Yes.
Yeah. And had one of the largest teams in our
Hmm.
company, one of the top three. So it was fantastic. And
Yeah.
so many skills that you learn through all of
Yes.
that.
For sure.
But then they have the power and the
Yes.
control
Hmm.
and went to an affiliate marketing program.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I had, in reflecting back over that time,
Mhm.
it was the coaching, the mentoring, the
Mhm.
helping other women build their business that was the fun part, the
Yeah.
fulfillment. And well,
Yeah.
it's wine, so that part was fun too. But
That part was, yeah. I mean, let's just say it. It was fun. And,
yeah.
that's one of the things that frustrates me about Arkansas is that we couldn't. I couldn't buy wine for
Right.
anybody. I couldn't get it into my
That's
state.
right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas is one of those unfriendly
Yeah. See, we're
states.
slow to the trends. I told you. There's proof.
Well, protective. Special interests come in and are protective of
Uh-huh.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So much in common.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. But okay, so your 8-week program that you were speaking
Mhm.
of, you have a new cohort coming up soon, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
So
tell us about that.
we're in launch right now. This is launch number 9.
Oh,
And yeah,
nice.
I have learned so much since launch number
Mm-hmm.
1.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's oh my gosh. Yeah, we're in launch number 9. It's always a roller coaster. And we are doing signups right now. So I launched my program with live master classes.
Uh-huh.
And people come into my free live masterclass. And if they're interested in that, they can go to tracybeavers.com/masterclass and grab a spot. I have 4 different dates and times to choose from. I'm actually going to teach in this masterclass, which is another thing I hear that it sets me apart because people are like, I can't believe I actually came to your masterclass and I learned something I could use that day. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, I go to these webinars and I go to these master classes and it's this 30,000-foot view where nothing really is, taught. And I come away thinking I just wasted my time. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So
Oh.
anyway, that was a news flash to me. But so I'm going to teach you 4 of my 10 strategies for list growth.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to talk to you about my program. So I use the live masterclass as a launch mechanism for the 8-week group coaching program. It's called Business Visibility Made Easy. We kick off officially on February 10 as the start date.
Okay.
And it's, I sound like a braggy braggerson, but the truth is it is the best program. It's the best thing I've done for my business other than my podcast in a long time. And I'm so proud of it because of the transformation that the students get. They
Mm-hmm.
come into this not knowing all of the nooks and crannies of Facebook and all of the ways to squeeze all of the juice out of Facebook for list growth. Things that they hadn't even thought about before. Things as foundational and simple sounding as making sure your Facebook personal profile is completely maxed out with all your information and an email list funnel for you. Where when you meet somebody and they get curious about you and they go look you up on Facebook, you have something front and center that they want. And they just
Next step.
they slide right down your funnel into your email list, and there you go. And you can nurture them. And you haven't had to do anything except show up in a room and be visible. One of the strategies I teach, which is I think the reason why most people show up for the masterclass, is how to be visible and network in Facebook groups, even the ones that don't allow promotion of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I teach this in the masterclass, but it's also a strategy that we go deeper on in the program. So in the program, I'm teaching people how to max out their personal profile, their Facebook business page. Yes, we still need to have a Facebook business page. We talk through creating one regular piece of weekly content. And then from that one piece of content, everything else you need is born that you need for the week, including your social media
Repurposing.
posts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you want to create a podcast, okay, cool. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get your social media posts off of that, your blog post off of that if you want to, a live training if you want to, your email list to your list if you want to. You can use it as a lead magnet. And then the other thing we do, one of the things we do is we talk about how to, when you're navigating in these Facebook groups, make genuine connections in the DMs without feeling like a weirdo. And you know what that is. You
Oh,
were in
yeah.
network marketing, so was I. And I got some really bad advice from my company
Hey,
when I first
girl.
started. Oh, God. I know, right? No,
Yeah.
it's such a
Cringy.
bad strategy. Yeah. But so I teach people how to create those connections that lead to something in their business, whether it's, yeah, maybe this person wants to be a client. Okay, cool. Let's have that conversation. Maybe they want to be a collaboration partner. Maybe they want to be a referral partner or an affiliate of yours. And then we talk about live video because a lot of people are scared to go live, but the algorithm loves live video.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about how to find collaborations like you and I are doing right now, being a podcast guest or being in a summit or a bundle. So there's so much in the program. But my favorite part is every Tuesday morning at 9:30 Central, I am live with the students. We are Brady Bunch style on Zoom. Everybody puts their win for the week in the chat. And
Nice.
then I just say, raise your hands if you need time with me today. And I answer every single question. And I have a lot of people say to me, do you really answer every single question? And I'm like, no, I really do. Because, and the reason why they ask that, or maybe they don't believe me right off the bat, is because they've been in lots of programs that promise live Q&A,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended up not getting their questions answered because either the questions were pre-submitted and the coach cherry picked the ones they were going to answer, or everybody was put on a timer and they ran out of time.
Yep.
Neither of those things feel good to me, so I don't do that. I stay on as long as necessary. We plan for an hour, but I'll stay on for an hour and a half, 2 hours if I have to answer everybody's questions. And then in the student group, as they're working through the things that they're doing, as they're maxing out their Facebook personal profile and they need help with the I have statement or what links to put in the profile or what to put on the cover photo, they're posting in the group and they're saying, hey, Tracy, I think I've got this dialed in. Can you check it for me? Absolutely. I go and at that point, we're not live with each other, but I go to Loom and I create a live Loom video of me reviewing whatever it is they've given me to review so they can actually hear my voice when I say,
Nice. As
okay,
you're looking at the pieces and components.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Because it's hard the written word can get misinterpreted.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just so much easier if I go over to Loom, click video, and go, okay, Penny, I'm here on your personal profile, and you're seeing me in real time reviewing that, or the landing page you created for your offer, or the lead magnet you created that you do need help putting out on social, or the social media copy that you want to use. I mean, I'm right there with them. And I love
Yeah.
it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Well, when something lights you up, it comes across, first of all, and it's
Yeah.
way more helpful to everyone. And it just creates this connection
Yeah.
that it's all good for everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And the students bond together. Like I'm always encouraging them, set coffee chats with each other. Let's practice our networking because that you never know where a great connection's going to lead. And
That's
they
right.
all get to know each other. And then after they finish the 8 weeks, they're invited to move into the alum mastermind. And all of my students get a free month in the mastermind just to test it out and see if it's a good fit. And again, it's a small group. It's more of a think tank style where I am the lead coach and I'll tell you what I think. But then if somebody asks a question that you want to give feedback on, Penny, you're invited to unmute. Penny, what you got for Susie? Unmute and
What do
share
you
with that
do?
with her. Yeah. Tell her, what you think, or, and so it's not the Tracy Beavers show, which is nice. It's more of a real collaboration and mastermind
Yeah.
community where they're all helping each other.
That's great. Yeah. We learn so much from each other. And if you were expected to be the one with all the answers,
No.
you would be back in that same spot of, okay, I'm working all the time. I don't have, I can't get to everyone. And then other people get frustrated too.
Yeah. And I don't have all the answers. And any coach that says they do, they are
Run.
they're not telling the truth.
That's right.
Because, yeah. Oh, so speaking of not having all the answers, my students know tech is not my love language. And so they're welcome to ask me a tech question, but I'm probably going to have to refer them to somebody I know that can help them, And like in our mastermind, one of our longtime alums is Carrie Saunders, and she has 25 years in tech. She is such a genius.
Oh, nice.
I know. And so the funny thing is they get into the mastermind and they're like, Tracy, I need to ask Carrie a question. I'm like, go right ahead. Just go right ahead. Don't even try to send it through me. Let's just
don't need to talk. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love it. It's good to have friends.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But no, I don't have all the answers. I don't, oh gosh, can you even imagine?
Well, no. No. Yeah. And I think that's another reason why it's so fantastic when women work together, because all of us have different levels of expertise. We have different styles, different ways of doing things, and they're all valid. They're all brilliant. And we're not in competition with each other, even though we might be coaches. We're both coaching and we might have overlapping audiences or circles that kind of connect. But we're different. We each have a different style, and
Yeah.
each is valid and can be very beneficial for what you do is beneficial for me, for my people. What I do is beneficial for, hopefully, for you and your
Yes.
people too. Hello, friend. Let's be real. When's the last time you did something just for you? Enter Wine Camp 2026. We're talking wine tastings, fire pit chats, sunset dinner cruises, and zero cooking required. Just show up, sip something fabulous, and reconnect with the version of you who loves adventure, sisterhood, and a glass of local Riesling in hand. Sweet, dry, or both. No judgment here. We're heading to New York's gorgeous Finger Lakes, July 31st through August 2nd. And yes, it's as dreamy as it sounds. Secure your spot at pennyforyourshots.com/winecamp. Don't wait. Room options are limited. And my crystal ball says we're going to sell out. Bring your besties or fly solo like the fabulous free spirit you are. You'll leave with new favorites either way. Wine Camp 2026 is calling. The only question is, are you in? Find out more at pennyforyourshots.com/winecamp. That's fantastic. I've signed up for one of your master classes too. I think
Yay!
Yeah, I think Thursday, if I remember right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
so
I'm
excited to
excited.
see you. Yeah, me too. Me too. Um, One of the things I forgot to mention is when you show up live to the masterclass, you're going to get
Uh-huh.
two bonuses from me. One is
Fun.
the Facebook Growth Toolkit, which is really cool. And then the second one I think is my most favorite. It's called New Clients in 30 Days. So you get
Oh, nice.
two awesome bonuses just by being
That's
live.
fantastic.
And we have live Q&A at the end of every one, so I hope everybody will be able to stay on. And that way they can ask their questions. They can ask me anything. And I may not
Nice.
know the answer, and I'll tell them.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer, but I'll find
Yeah.
the answer and I'll get back to you on it.
Yeah, cool. Well, and then people
Um,
will be able to see your style and the way that you do
yes.
it. And yeah, that's a very valuable thing, I
Yeah,
think.
they can decide if I'm the right fit for them because I am
Yeah.
goofy. I am Southern. I make up words. I
Same. I have
talk with my hands.
pennyisms.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. It's like you said, there's room for everybody. And because the people that need you will find you, the people that need me will find me. And,
Exactly.
that's really the way I approached everything in business. Because for a time back when I was in corporate, part of my sales experience was in being a mortgage loan officer,
Mm-hmm.
which was, straight commission. And there was a mortgage loan officer on every corner. I mean, you
Oh,
throw a
yeah.
rock and you'll hit one. And I feel like that about the online space. There's a business and sales coach on every corner. So when one
Yeah.
of my clients tells me, like one of my students as a WordPress expert, and she was really going through the mental crap that we tell ourselves about being an
Uh-huh.
entrepreneur.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
said, well, why is anybody going to want to hire me when there's a lot of
Oh,
people out there
gosh.
that do what I do? And I was like,
Now
oh,
let's
no, no,
figure
no,
that
no.
out.
I was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, because I
Mm-hmm.
could say the same thing. There's,
Exactly.
but I know that God gave me gifts and talents that are different
Mm-hmm.
from other business and sales coaches. My approach is
Mm-hmm.
different. My strategies are different. And that's what I explained to her. I said, it's because it's you. It's your beautiful creative brain that works in a way that nobody else's does. And that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what you bring to the table and the difference of something that you're going to design in WordPress versus your competition. So I think we all
Yeah.
deal with that mental stuff. That's one of the hardest
Oh,
parts
yeah.
about being an entrepreneur. It's just all the crap that we'll tell ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's part of my coaching program is working through those limiting beliefs. So like about half the time is
Yeah.
spent on, okay, let's address what's going on. What resistance are you feeling? And let's break it down a little bit.
Yes.
Why are we feeling like this? Let's
Mhm.
see. Okay. Now let's reframe that and
Mhm.
get that fixed. And then we go into practical things like,
Yes.
setting up project broadcast, setting up,
Yeah.
getting your technology set. So like
Mhm.
those automations and systems that help you be more efficient and that allow you to serve your people better and
Yeah.
work. So yeah,
Yeah.
it all goes hand in hand.
I love that you don't skip that step because people just want to get to the fun stuff, and the mental stuff and the mindset is not the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And so they think, oh, I'll just deal with that later. But
Oh,
then if they
you
don't,
can't
it's
get
like
there.
you can't, because
No.
it keeps rearing its ugly little head and keeps showing
Yep.
up and like blocking you from where you need to go. And so if we don't deal with that,
Yeah.
we can't,
Exactly.
we don't have a strong foundation to jump off of.
Right.
And I
And
love
it's our
that you teach
brain.
tech. I love that you teach tech because,
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's a big limiting belief that people think, oh, I can't do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can. And I'm happy to show you how, but you have to
Yes.
break down that mental barrier. It's our brain trying to keep us safe. It's
Yes.
new, it's something new. And anytime something is new, you haven't experienced it before, a
Mhm.
little frightening.
Yeah. The brain says, oh, you'll die from doing
Yeah.
that.
Look at me, I'm
You're
still
like,
here.
right. I know. My students tell me that there's, afraid to go live. And I'm always like, okay, look, I tell them the same thing. It's your brain keeping you safe. But
Yep.
as far as I know, no one has ever died from
Yeah.
going live on Facebook.
Yeah. Unless you do it in the middle of the street and it's busy.
As far as I know.
Don't do that. But
Right. But in your living room, I think you're
yeah,
safe.
you're
So,
okay.
yeah.
Are you going to suck? Yes.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh, Penny, I was telling myself. So years ago, I decided my regular piece of weekly content was going to be going live every Thursday at 11:30, and I still do
Uh-huh.
it to this day. And then we pull the audio now, and that's the podcast episodes that I
Oh,
had.
nice.
But oh my gosh, I want to bury the first 3 months
Oh,
of live videos that I did. I was so boring. Like boring because I thought I had to be perfect. I guess I thought I was
oh,
like an anchor woman, you know,
oh,
the
people
hair,
hate perfection.
the
Yeah.
lighting,
Makeup.
the
Yeah.
outfit, the
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and I was very robotic and not a lot of fun. And let me teach you about how to grow. Oh, gross. Horrible. Horrible. But about 3 months in, I just there was one day where I was just like loose and
Hmm.
talking with my hands like I always do, talking
And it
fast like I
clicked.
always do, and making up words. And people texted me after I have friends that watched it and they were like, where have you been? This is the best thing you've ever done. And I'm like, really?
Yay.
And they're like, yeah, you found your groove. And I'm like, okay,
And it was
let's
so
just
much easier. You didn't have to prep. You didn't have to put on all the things.
no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope. Just got to be me.
Fantastic. Yeah. Once we figure that out, it's just so much easier
Yes, for
and so
sure.
much more impactful.
For sure. Without question. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think people are just more attracted to and likely to listen to somebody that is truly themselves.
And repelled by perfection.
Yeah, thank God it's boring to be perfect.
Yes. Oh. Okay. So can I switch gears on you a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned you have some vodka.
Yes, but not right now. It's only
No,
11:40 in
not
the
right
morning.
now. Okay. It's breakfast of champions, but we're not.
Well, you can't be a day drinker if you don't start in the morning. So,
That's right. Oh gosh. Yeah. You are my people.
well, remember, I am in SEC country and we tailgate. That's what
Oh, yes. And turns out the Big 12 does too.
yes, I've seen it on TV. It's impressive.
Yes. Oh, very fun.
Mhm.
Okay, so one of the things I always ask my podcast guests is what is your favorite cocktail or glass of wine?
Oh yeah.
And do you have a memory of, sharing that with girlfriends and like having a good
Mhm.
time? Like what can you share with us?
Gosh, so I have favorite things for different things. Like I love a
Yeah.
mimosa. If we're doing brunch,
Yes.
I'm
Hmm.
not a Bloody Mary girl, but I do want a mimosa. Orange juice. I don't want a
Yeah.
pineapple juice. I don't want a cranberry. I want a
Okay.
standard mimosa.
Okay. Hmm.
But then my happy hour drink here at the house is orange LaCroix with a shot of here in Little Rock, we have the Rocktown Distillery. They make vodka, gin,
Oh,
whiskey. It's delicious and
nice.
award winning.
Local.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Their grapefruit vodka is outstanding. So I just put a shot of
Oh,
grapefruit vodka in with the LaCroix. It's a skinny cocktail, not a lot of.
yes.
So that's always refreshing. I like that. Um, Hubs loves to drink Michelob Ultra. So
Yep.
tailgating will do, which my family teases him and says it's water with a splash of beer, which is true.
It's true.
It's true, but we like it.
No lies detected. Yeah.
No lies detected there. And then my favorite wine, if money were not an object,
Uh-huh.
I'm not a I don't, let's see. Santa Margarita makes a Pinot Grigio that's outstanding.
Yes.
I
Uh-huh.
like that one. I like that one.
It's not expensive though, is it? I don't think that
Yes,
one's
I don't think, well, it's like $27 a bottle, which is not
okay.
something I'm going to spend money on all the time.
Yeah.
So like my go-to for a daily is the Echo Domani Pinot Grigio because you can get it for like
Yeah.
10 bucks.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. What
Well,
about
and
you?
oh gosh, I like you, it depends on the day, depends on, what we're doing. My hubby loves Mick Ultra on the golf course.
Yes.
My drink of choice, I think, especially on the golf course, is Prosecco, and I'll make a
Yeah.
spritz out of it to lighten it up because we're going to be out there a long time, and I don't want to.
Right.
There's a fine line with
Yes,
the
there
swing
is.
oil.
Yes, for sure. It can be your friend or it can tip you over the top where you're like,
That's right.
that was the most incredible shot I ever made. No, Penny, you didn't hit the ball.
Yeah. Been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a fine line. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
from hole 2 to hole 3. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Pace yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Prosecco is a favorite of mine. And I love a good vodka cocktail.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just depends on the day.
Yeah.
And
Depends on
when
the
it's
mood.
cold, I want something a little bit more robust, like
Mm.
a red wine.
Hmm.
I love Pinot Noir. I love
Hmm.
Gamay. I love Cabernet Franc,
Hmm.
all the
Nice.
things.
Yeah. I'm not much of a wine connoisseur, but so and red wine's not my jam, but
Yeah.
I know enough to know what I want to buy. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need to know. I mean, if you want to explore some more, let's get together sometime and have a toast. Oh gosh. Oh, fun. Well, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd love to share?
Gosh, I think we've covered so many things. I think the way I end my live training, my live weekly live and my
Hmm.
podcast, I always say the same thing and so
Hmm.
I think this is important for people to hear. And I know you believe this and you probably say this to your audience as well. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. And what I say is some days everybody wants to buy what you're selling and other days nobody can
Hmm.
remember your name. And the thing I know for sure after being in this space for so many years and coaching so many people is that it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're like Penny and I and you're several years in and you've been super successful, there's going to be a day where you're going to feel lonely. And
Yeah.
that's why it's so important to meet people like you and have coffee chats and network and, get on Zoom and,
Yeah.
get into some communities where you don't feel so alone.
Yes. Yep. Realize that we're all in it together. And when we support
Yeah.
each other, that's when we thrive.
Yeah. And, the other thing that this is something I do want to share. I don't think there's enough transparency in the online space when it comes to marketing and talking about numbers and success. Um,
Oh, uh-huh.
so, and I gave the example of this a couple of weeks ago because I was talking about honesty and transparency in the online space. And I said, okay,
Yes, I remember this. I
I
saw
said,
that.
you did? Okay.
I
So
did.
then
Yeah.
you know what I'm about to say. So
I love it. Yeah, please
if
do.
my competitor says, "Oh, I had my first launch and it was $100,000," and I have my first
Great.
launch and it's $20,000, I could really get down on myself. But what I have to realize is I don't know how much that person spent for that $100,000.
Exactly.
And
They're
so
talking
if
in higher level terms. They're not talking about their
Exactly.
expenses.
Not at all. So if my $20,000 launch, let's say it took me $10,000 in expenses, well, I netted 10,000. So I really had a $10,000 launch. If that
Hmm.
person for the $100,000 launch spent $95,000,
Mm.
then who truly had the success, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing is the vanity numbers that people talk about all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I have maybe 4,000 followers on Instagram.
Hmm.
And I have between 3 and 4,000 people on my email list at any given time because we do scrub it. But I
Hmm.
have a well over six-figure business every year. And one of my coaching clients this summer, she has 800,000 people on following her on Instagram.
Wow.
Do you know how much money she was making? Nothing.
Probably. Oh God.
$0 because she had
That's a
no,
vanity metric. Yeah.
it
My
is. Because
followers, my likes.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, we can't get caught up in a lot of the hype. We
Yeah.
really have to pull back the curtain and be like, okay, of those eight,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, is she making any money off of that 800,000
Mm-hmm.
follower? You would hope that she is.
Yep.
Secondly, are all those people really her people?
Yeah.
So before we start comparing ourselves, we really need to keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you measure success? Like, is
Mhm.
success to you validation that I am popular? You know, is that your measure? I mean, because what is
No,
your value?
no, and I'm laughing because I was never the popular kid. Like in the band. I played the oboe. I twirled a flag. I mean,
I love it.
was
I'm a
not
band
the
geek too.
was not the popular kid. So that's why I laugh when you said that. I'm like, never been popular in my entire life. Um, no, success for me has changed a lot.
Hmm.
In my 20s, it was the corporate career, and I wanted to hit six figures. And that's what success felt
Yeah.
like to me. Well, then you have
Yeah.
kids, and your
Yeah.
heart is literally walking around on on the earth
Yeah.
with these two
Yeah.
little things, these two
Toddling.
kids.
Hmm.
Um, and now at age 54, my success for me is being fulfilled in my work,
Hmm.
making sure that I am using my gifts and talents to further other people, because that's what I
Yep.
believe God wants for me to do, and then
Hmm.
making enough money so that my husband and I meet our financial obligations.
Yep.
We meet our financial goals of retirement, and we are able to really take care of our family because my dad passed away. His dad and my dad passed away within the last year and a half, and so
Mm.
his and thankfully both of our moms live here, but and they're doing great. They're doing absolutely great. But
It's
we
great.
want to, part of success for me is being able to say to mom, okay, Friday afternoon, yes, I can take you to the AT&T store. We'll go to the bank. We'll go get your hair done. We'll go by the pharmacy. Instead of having to ask a corporate boss
Yes.
for time
Hmm.
off.
Yeah.
And then when our
Yeah.
kids start having grandkids, or
Hmm.
grand dogs, whichever they want to do, I don't care. But that's success to me is
Yeah.
being able to live a life where I feel the balance and I feel like I'm helping people. And then from an income standpoint, I don't need to be. When I first started this business, I thought I'm going to be the next Amy Porterfield. I'm going to make 80,000 gazillion dollars a year. And now I'm like, 7 years in, I'm like, oh, I do not want that.
Yeah.
So that's what does
Uh-huh.
success mean to you?
To me, we are very similar. What a shock.
Shocker.
uh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love um, being in service of my female entrepreneurs that I work with,
Yeah.
and seeing them succeed is
Mhm.
fantastic. So from a value standpoint, that's what I love. I love to work with them and celebrate along the way and help them. And that to me is joy. That's so
Mhm.
joyful.
Yeah.
And the flexibility and schedule, the quality of
Yes.
life that being an entrepreneur affords. Yeah, is it hard? Yeah, but choose
Oh
your
yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure. Yes.
Exactly. Because, in the corporate job, the hard was, okay, showing up at 7:30 in the morning and
Yep.
being there until sometimes 7:30 at night and
Yep.
doing all the things and working for someone else and sitting in a room with 130 beats per minute and just,
Yeah.
choose your hard.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
But, when you love what you do, when you're working with women or anyone that you
Hmm.
are making an impact for them so that they can make an impact for their people,
Hmm.
to me, that's very fulfilling. That, and, being able to go to Costco at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday instead of on Saturday afternoon with everyone else. And,
I love it.
those kinds
Yes.
of things are just impactful for your life. And
Mhm.
having the flexibility, like both my parents are deceased, but I was able to spend a lot of time with them in their final years. And
Nice.
that is fantastic. I learned so
That
much about
is.
my dad. Okay, I got to tell you, my dad was almost 103 when he passed away.
No way.
Yeah, 3 weeks shy. Yeah. Yeah. So in his last, I'm like, mom passed about 6 years before he did. So in those last 6 years, I was able to, take him to his appointments. And in
Nice.
those periods taking him to his appointments, we're in the car and he can hear better in the car because, 103, being in the farming industry, he had lost a lot of hearing, but he could hear me in the car.
Yeah.
And that's when I would ask him all the questions like growing up. And it's just just fascinating. Some of the stories, from, I said, what's the biggest thing that you saw? What's the biggest, invention, or what has happened in your lifetime that you would say is huge? And he thought for a minute and then he pointed at my cell phone. That thing right there. You can do anything with that.
It's true.
And he thought a little bit longer. And then he said, of course, the radio was pretty cool too.
Yeah. So cute.
The radio was invented in his lifetime. So, think of all the things that have come about. It's just fascinating. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I got off topic there.
Fine. Well, this has been great, Penny.
It's been so fun. Thank you so much for spending the time with me.
Thanks for having me and spending the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I'll put your the link to your workshop in the show notes and in my social media and stuff. So remind our audience again, our listeners, in case they're not able to check out the show notes. What is your link again to sign up for your free workshop?
Yeah, it's tracybeavers.com/masterclass. And Tracy is just Tracy. It's the boy spelling, very boring. Tracy Beavers with an S. .com/masterclass.
Okay. And Beavers is Beavers. Okay.
Yep. Just like the animal.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. And I'm grateful to meet a new friend.
Me too. Me too.
Yay. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Tracy. I will talk with you soon, hopefully.
Sounds good.
That's a wrap on another spirited episode of Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I hope you've enjoyed the intoxicating blend of wisdom, wit, and wonder that these incredible women bring to the table. Check out the show notes for links to resources referenced in today's episode. And remember to subscribe and raise a glass with me every Thirsty Thursday as we continue to serve up inspiration, celebrate resilience, and reignite the passions that set our souls on fire. If you've loved what you've heard, please share the podcast far and wide and leave a sparkling 5-star review to let me know your thoughts. It would also help tremendously if you would visit pennyforyourshots.com and subscribe to learn when new episodes are available and pick up my free recipe. In the meantime, remember that your story deserves to be served and savored. Cheers to your brilliance and of women everywhere. Until next time, keep